No TSA, and the visibility's awesome. We can fly low and slow.
And I'm terrified of heights, and this ain't even bugging me.
Yeah, it's not so bad when you're actually inside of something as opposed to standing on the edge of something, you know?
I guess we can try that next.
Yeah.
Little wing flying.
Alright, so we're going to have a short flight across this valley. We're going to go check out the east side of the gorge, come back around and check out the east and the west side of the bridge, and head down to the west end of the gorge.
Awesome.
Right down below us here are the zip line tours. See a couple people going there.
That actually looks fun.
And right now we're flying 70 knots, which is just about 80 miles per hour. And we're just 300 feet over the ground.
Don't even feel anywhere near that fast.
No, it's because our points of reference are a few hundred feet below us here. So if we were 5 feet off the ground, then it'd really feel like that fast. Off to our left over here, that high point, that's Fremont Peak. That's basically the top of this mountain that the Arkansas River carved away to make the Royal Gorge. Off to our right, we can see all the way back to the Sangre de Cristos out there in the background. In the foreground, we have the Wet Mountains.
Very nice.
Down off to our right here is the Arkansas River. Arkansas is flowing about 350 cubic feet a second right now, which is pretty good for this time of year.
Well, we're going to go do that next.
Alright.
That's interesting.
Up here off to our left is we're down below Fremont Peak. You can see over here all the jagged rocks, all that red kind of granite, that's all called Pikes Peak granite. It's granite that's real specific to the Pikes Peak region here. And we're looking out of the east end of the gorge over Canyon City. Alright, now we're going to spin around here and head back from the east to the west.
Oh, man.
Love the view looking up over to the west end there.
Amazing view. That's the Royal Gorge over there?
Yes, it is. Yeah, we're going to come up along the north rim here, kind of follow it around, and we'll check out the east and the west side of the bridge.
You ever watched the Jeff Corliss video
Yeah,
where his friend missed it?
yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah, that was a pretty hard video to watch.
Oh yeah. So we're right over here. We can see all the way up the Pikes Peak along the south slope there.
Yeah, I could do this all day.
Oh yeah, I actually get to.
You got one heck of a job, I gotta say.
It's amazing.
No traffic either.
No. Get the occasional plane through here every once in a while, but they're always talking on the radio, letting you know where they are. We fly so low that you know we're out of everybody's way. Alright, so we're just a couple hundred feet over the ground. As we come over the ridge here, we're going to be 1,500 feet over the Arkansas.
Yeah, that definitely gets you a little vertigo going.
Oh yeah. That earth falling away feeling. Oh yeah.
That is freaking awesome.
Down to the right here is the Royal Gorge Park area owned by Canyon City. And to our left over here is the Royal Gorge Bridge. Now the bridge is 955 feet over the water. And from 1929 all the way until 2003, it was actually the tallest bridge in the world. And since 2003, it's fallen down to number 10 on that list.
I can't even imagine flying a wingsuit over that.
Oh yeah. There's a guy that did a reverse bungee jump too, where they winched the cable down to the bottom of the gorge and then he launched himself from the bottom up past the bridge. That was pretty incredible.
I can imagine.
Down here off to our left, that A-frame structure, that's called the Sky Coaster, where they winch you up to that pole and then launch you out over the edge.
I was thinking about that too.
How much is that?
not sure how much they're going for right now. I want to say around $30 per person. Not too bad. Alright, now we're going to descend down into the west end of the gorge. Is that an awesome view?
That is just amazing.
I love flying across all these big outcroppings of granite here.
Never realized Colorado was so amazing.
Oh yeah, it's incredible.
I'm missing out.
Where are you guys from?
I'm from Pueblo,
Oh, okay.
so close and never did it.
Yeah.
Have you ever done
The train?
the rafting and like the clear or whatever?
Say that one more time.
Like the beginner rafting down here?
No, I haven't. I think the beginner is just where they take you up to the gorge, up the canyon a little bit, and then you guys come out before you go down through the gorge. The gorge is a little more extreme part. But right now, the way it's flowing, nothing in here is really too dangerous. So it's not too bad.
Is it okay to use video?
Yeah, absolutely.
Couple seconds of it. I don't know why the TSA has to be so stupid.
Yeah, I guess the reason they give is because the communication cables in an airplane, if any one of them has, you know, the rubber coating on it damaged, nicked, and you have people using their phones, then it could actually interfere with their cables. But I've heard it's kind of a myth. You know,
I've heard that too.
the technology is so good now that it doesn't matter. They're on different frequencies, different waves.
It'd make one hell of a video though.
Yeah, it would. And here we are in the west end of the gorge. It officially starts under Highway 50 here, and it's 10 miles long from west to east.
We need to get a helicopter, Jess.
It's the way to go, yeah. I wish I could just live up in the mountains and have one of these flying
Yeah,
around.
I'll work on that.
Yeah, screw having a car.
Right down below us here is some fires that happened back in 2010.
Yeah, I was seeing all of that.
Yeah, it was actually set by the train. The train started on fire down here. Started the hillside on fire here.
They did pretty good at that.
Yeah.
That's the bridge we just flew by?
Yeah, it is. Isn't that amazing coming back from the west to the east, how different it looks?
Yeah, it looks totally different.
Yeah, we're going to kind of crawl up this ridge line and give you my favorite view. You're looking up the deep part of the canyon, and you have the bridge up against the skyline. Pretty incredible.
This is amazing. I waited way too long to do this.
It's never too late to start living.
That's right. Alright, now we're going to start to see down through the river here, down to the most narrow part of the gorge. It's only 30 feet wide down there, but 1,100 feet tall.
That's amazing.
Alright, now we're going to follow these ridge tops back in over the zip lines and set up for our final approach. What do you think? You like helicopters?
I can think I'd do this every day.
Alright.
I was terrified of them for as long as I can remember.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not so bad at all. On a really windy day, it gets kind of bumpy, but right now it's perfect.
Could be kind of exciting too, though.
Yeah. Yeah, you get a lot of the ups and downs as feeling. Yeah. Right now we're flying at 95 knots, which is about 110 miles per hour.
It doesn't even feel anywhere near that.
No, it doesn't.
Just stopped it.
Yeah, we get a lot of people that takes them a long time. They're locals. They're like, I'll do that next year. I'll do that next year. And then eventually they finally get out here and they're like, wow, what am I waiting for?
Almost my 28th birthday, so I was like, it's time.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'll be 28 in October.
Oh, a happy birthday.
Yeah, you too. All right, we'll